Okay, welcome to Monday Nights with Mohit Kamath, and this is the episode number. Guess it? This is the episode number. You can guess. There you go. So, this is the episode number 38, and we have come a long way. I keep saying this all the time. First of all, whoever has been here um, sharp at 8 o'clock, I really have. I really, have that gratitude in myself that, all of you, Meghna Sriram, Manisha Kurkure, happy Teachers Day. Thank you so much. And, I really wish with great heart and give all the blessings for all my students here. Have a wonderful life ahead. So that's my, humble blessings for all of you. And I also seek blessings from all of my teachers and coaches and gurus and whoever has taught me valuable life lessons and valuable lessons in my beautiful journey in this life. So thank you so much for giving me all that could I ever could not dream of to. So let's see whoever is there today. Oh, so happy Teachers Day, Meghna Sriram. Thank you so much. Manisha Kurkure, happy Teachers Day. Thank you. Thank you all. So today is a day, right? So we all know that it's a teachers day and we have to celebrate. And if you can see this here in the comment, I have written down as mention your teachers in the comment. So which means right from the day of education you have been through, it could be lower kg or upper kg or kindergarten. From there you can just post your teachers names here in the comments, and I would like to wish on my show. That will, in that way, at least on a public platform, we will have the opportunity to say thank you for all the teachers, isn't it? So also in today's show, I will be taking you all through my personal journey and tell you small short stories about how teachers has have influenced me, and how teachers some of the teachers have given me a great valuable lessons in my life, which has shaped me to become a beautiful human being, as well as a strong leader, you could say. So before we go on, I really want to say thank you for all the teachers and wish them a happy Teachers Day again. So in my view, I think the first teacher is none other than your parents. Taiye modala guru, maneye modala patashale, which means this is in Kannada language, our local language. As a Karnataka state, in this, the Kannada language, it says that Taiye modala guru, which means your mother is the first teacher, first guru. Maneye modala patashale, which means your home is the first school. Whatever you learn in your home, that becomes your personality, that becomes your reality. So as a teacher, as a parent, we have immense responsibility towards our younger generation. We have immense responsibility towards the upcoming children, because they are the citizens of our country, isn't it? So knowing that, knowingly or unknowingly, I would say everybody is a teacher in their life. Everybody, in the hook or the nook of the corners, everybody is the teacher. So know how to be in the social circles. So hello guys, so some of them are maybe new here. So tell me, how was your Monday, how was your weekend? Very crazy rains going on in Bangalore. I hope it is not there so much of rain in other parts of our country, but we need, the rains are essential, right? So we have meditation Kama, that's my father. Happy Teachers Day. Thank you so much. I call him Papa. So thank you so much, Papa, for making me a person today who I am, teaching me so many valuable lessons in my life. And this is a great opportunity in front of a lot of people across the world who are watching this show. I have deep gratitude and fulfillment towards my father and mother, who have taught me so many valuable lessons in my life. And every day they made sure that nothing is less in my life which could trouble me. I think that's a great that's a great blessings I have, and I'm really lucky to have such a wonderful parents in my life. Okay, so you can start posting your teachers lists teachers' names so that I can, talk about it. So what I've done is I have note down certain my teachers' names as well as school name. So also I've included coaches, but that's on the second part. So before we go to that, I would like to talk about why we celebrate Teachers' Day, on whose name we celebrate Teachers' Day. Do you know that? Let me see some comments. Why do we celebrate Teachers' Day? And on whose name we celebrate Teachers' Day? Okay. Let me see some answers of this. Okay. Oh, so let me talk about, Teachers' Day. So every year, September 5th is celebrated as Teachers' Day in India. This day marks the birth anniversary of Dr. Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan, India's first vice president and second president. Did you guys know that? I think some of them might not know it. Sorry. So he also was a celebrated academic and a recipient of Bharat Ratnam. It's the India's highest civilian honors and award anybody could have in this country. So he was one of them. Let me repeat that: he was a celebrated academic and a recipient of Bharat Ratna. That's a big one. So, talking about Dr. Radhakrishnan, he was an A student and received various scholarship in his early days. He studied philosophy at Christian's College, Madras. Anybody from Madras here, you can just say hi to me. Um, Madras is a very hot city. Whenever we have traveled for tournaments, I think I have had a very bad time there because it's extremely hot, and hot conditions to play badminton is very difficult. And yeah, so then he served as a vice chancellor for Andhra University from 1931 to 1936. And he was also a vice chancellor of Banaras Hindu University during the 39-48. In 1962, he became the president, and some of his students and friends were keen to celebrate his birthday. When they approached him, and he replied, "Instead of celebrating my birthday, it would be my proud privilege that if September 5th is observed as Teachers' Day, the Teachers' Day, and then he would be very happy." And since then, every year on September 5th, we are celebrated. We are celebrating children. Sorry, Teachers' Day, and Children's Day is on number 5th. Okay, so this is the story of the Children's Day celebration. Um, Manisha Kurkure, yes. Sri Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan, yes. Birthday of Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan, absolutely. Meghna Sriram, that's good. So let me also talk about my journey. And I was born in a place, my native place called Bhatkal, and my schooling started in the place called Dandeli. I don't know whether you have heard. It's a very small town in southwestern part of Karnataka, and it's literally kind of a deep forest place where you can see always it is raining, and there's a lot of it's very cold place during those times, and even including now. And now you can see a lot of resorts, and you can I think river rafting is very famous in that place. So I started my schooling in Dandeli, and I was a very, very, very mischievous boy. My first physical education teacher was Mr. Sanjay sir. I completely remember that I was a very mischievous boy, and first day when all of us went to the physical education class, he used to hold a stick and he used to whack everybody's legs so that, come on, let's move, run, so that nobody was lazy. And because of fear, we used to run. I don't know what sort of teaching philosophy was that, but I think at that particular time it was kind of a culture. I wouldn't get into the morality of it, whether it is good or bad, but at that particular time, that was the way teaching used to be, especially in the schooling times. And when I was in a schooling, when I was in school, and the punishments were always, taking the scale, or the the bamboo sticks and always get beatings. And I have taken so much beatings in my life, which is still okay because I was a very mischievous guy. And then, I remember there was one teacher called Severin's sister, and I was in Dandeli from the age of 5 to I think 11-year-old. My schooling was done there in St. Michael's Convent School. I was studying in convent. Then I had Severin's sister who was very close to me, and she helped me a lot in, she had so much of patience in teaching me. She was our science teacher, and science was a very difficult subject for me because I'm not so good at maths, but I was very good at history, and I'm extremely good at social studies. My marks was very good in social studies and history. So that's how I was good at. And then we from there, my dad was a banker, and he moved to a different place called Sirsi, another small town in southwest part of Karnataka. There it was in St. Anthony School. And Christina Miss was one of the teacher. I really have that gratitude towards her because she really helped me to develop certain skills in my schooling days. And at that particular time, I also started getting into sports called volleyball. Then we had kabaddi. Then we had our national sport kho, and I was also participating all of this sports in our school. So then I moved from there to Don Bosco, which is the high school. And I remember Venkatesh sir, thank you so much. So he helped me to develop certain skills in statistics. It was a very difficult, any kind of calculation, it was very difficult for me. So that's how, Venkatesh sir helped me. And then from there, 2, 3 years later onwards, we went to a town called Hubli. And there, Mr. Patil sir helped me a lot in, pursuing badminton. I'll tell you a very interesting story. I started playing badminton very late. I think not very late, And the early days, it was like morning 5 a.m. to 7 a.m., and then evening 4:35 to 7:30 p.m. So that was our class. And sometimes there used to be a long sessions in the morning. Sometimes it used to go till 8 or 8:30. And then when I used to go to school, the first 2 3 periods were very difficult for me because I was so tired. I used to sleep in class. So one of my class teacher, she always used to observe because I was sitting in the last bench. I was the last bencher. So I was sitting there, and most of the times I was putting my head down, and then I was enacting that I was studying something, I was writing something, because there were almost 11 benches ahead of me. I was the 12th bencher guy, and I used to be very quiet. I remember once I was completely dozed off, and suddenly teacher calls my name, and I stood up, and she said, "Look at him, look at that boy." My teacher was saying, "Look at him, look at that boy." I really appreciate that boy. I was like wondering what is there to appreciate. I was sleeping, and she was saying, "Look at that boy. He's so focused. He's always, his head is down and focused on the on the textbooks, and he's reading. He's always so silent. That is kind of a boy I really need in my class. Not like all some of the, there are always children in the class who always trouble their teacher." And she was giving me as an example. And that day, I think some of my friends were laughing, and we had a nice time. Literally, I was sleeping, but my teacher got duped from me. I think that teacher doesn't know her name is Uma Rani, but I think she doesn't know that. So that was an interesting story. And this was my schooling time. And this is how I started badminton. Then of course we moved to Bangalore. My dad had some other work in Bangalore. We all moved, a whole family moved to Bangalore. Then I joined Prakash Padukone Badminton Academy. You all must be knowing that academy, right? So from then onwards, almost 10 years I was in the academy. And then after that, I joined Tom John Academy until I retired from my badminton. So this is how have teachers. These were the teachers who were there in my schooling, my high schooling, my PU, and my college life. So I really thank all the teachers for giving me a great education and providing me support whenever it was required. So this Teachers Day 2022, September 5th, I thank all the teachers to helping me and shaping me the way I am today. So let's go with some comments. I think I've been telling you, you can mention your teacher's name in the comments so that I can tell all of you in front of all of them, we can share this. So, hey, Sarvesh, welcome back. Do you know the synonym of word unpredictable? It's Kidambi Srikanth. Yes, he wins against Lee Zizia in first round, and then the same player loses to Sunayama in next round. Right? So I think he um, maybe mentally he is not that consistent, I would say. That's how it's going right now. See, sometimes what happens is sometimes players are in certain situations where you might not be able to find that peace and calmness in yourself, in within you, so that the delivery of the skills, the delivery of your game skills or your game at that particular matches might not come. Not all players do that, but it sometimes happen. There are also some players, like if you see Paul Eric Hoyer Larson, who is the Olympic champion of 1996. It's called 1996 Atlanta Olympics. So he was the champion, and he became Olympic champion at the age of 36 or 37. Until then, he did not have any great achievements. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes people are late bloomers. Sometimes people won one tournament, maybe a big tournament this year, and maybe they will have a bad run for the next 1 2 3 years, and then maybe then even more bigger, or maybe they'll maybe become more consistent. You never know. Every individual is different, right, Sarvesh? So I think that's how it is. So yeah, I think I've been talking too much. So I think if we can have some questions, as I told you, we can have your teachers names here, so that I can you know mention their wonderful names here and thank them on behalf of you. I think, yeah. So Japan Open, I think last Japan Open was really good. We have had some good result, as Sarvesh was saying. It was unpredictable, but yeah, Kidambi Srikanth beat Lee Zizia, and I think Lee Zizia also is not in good form. What do you think so? Because he is still struggling. And somewhere I remember, if um, Lee Zizia has some issues with his association, and directly your on court performance is also related to your off court activities. When I say this statement, that your on court performance is also sometimes related to off court activities, which means that if you have some issues in your life, in your personal life, or in your corporate life, or in your professional life other than the sport, I think that could also become kind of a weight in your head or in yourself, or it could become a kind of a baggage that you constantly think about, and trying to you know uh, perform in the matches with that particular baggage. It doesn't happen. You sometimes in personal life, there are many athletes in the past that they have had their relationship issues with their girlfriends, with their wives, and with that their performance has dipped. There are times, there are examples where they have fought with their management, they have fought with their coaches, they have fought with their advertisers, or their campaigns, or their home people, some political issues, so many issues. If that is there, then it really hampers your performance on court, because when you come on court, you need an great balance of psychological and physiological, um, you know you need that balance in that time. So I think Lizizia is still trying to figure out that calmness, that peace, so that he can completely be open on court. That's how I feel. I don't know, maybe you can also add on to that. Sarvesh, I hope I've answered your question. And by the way, please follow my Instagram account, and I am making a lot of analytical videos, which is known as Smart Badminton. It's the vision about Smart Badminton is for all the young badminton players, or the old badminton players. I'll provide certain strategic analysis of good players from the world, or maybe top players of the world, who they use these smart strategies to tackle their opponents and score the points. So you can go to my profile, Mohit Kamath, sorry, hey Mohit 87, and you can see a lot of smart badminton videos there. I have some good future plans for that, so that you can refer to and learn certain tactics and strategies and analysis, how you do that for your opponents. and then you can, score easily. So that format I'm trying to do, and maybe another 6 months I'll come up with a great, set of videos, professional videos, so that you can learn as much as possible. Because I believe practice is not the only thing which will help you to win matches or progress very faster, but I also feel that, there are certain analytical videos which will really unlock, which will really really unlock your perception about how to score a points in matches. I think some of you must have already gone through it, and it must have helped you immensely when you're playing. I recently got a message on Instagram, and he was mentioning about how he saw my video, and recently in his district level matches he applied that and he was able to score and beat an opponent, and that's a great motivation for me. Let's go with some comments. I think I'm seeing very less comments. So, Sarvesh, do you have any questions? If you don't mind, you can mention your teachers' names in comments, or mention your teachers in your comments so that I can say thank you for them. I also remember one incident when I started playing badminton in 2001. It was in summer, and I never knew what is PPB until that time. I was sitting in a we had gone, myself and my dad had gone to a barber shop, and I was having a haircut, and he saw Pulela Gopichan sir winning All England championships, and that was there on the newspaper, and he inspired me to go for a camp which was just below that article of Pulela Gopi sir's article. Below that, there was an article of free district level coaching camp in Bangalore in KBA. And I was, at that time, we were in, I think, in Sirsi, as I mentioned, the second town which I was living in. From there, we got into a selection, and at that particular selection from that particular district, there were only two players, and both of us got selected. So there was no competition at all. Lucky. So then I got selected. I went to Bangalore, and I saw it was a residential camp, free residential camp, and I saw good players like Anup Sridhar, Rohan Castellino, and there were a couple of more players like that. And I saw Prakash Padukone sir first time. Then I got to know about him, Vimal Kumar sir, and that time we had Balachandran and Vinod Kumar, brother of Vimal sir, and all. I saw all of them there, and that is where I really felt like, okay, this is something I want to do rest of my life. I really want to play well, and I want to achieve something in badminton. That's where I developed the interest in badminton. And post 1 year, I started playing state level tournaments. I remember the time when one of the coaches, Balachandran sir, he came to me and he asked about me and the details, and he told me, I think you really look passionate about badminton. What's your dream? And I told that, I really want to become a champion, like, international player, and maybe win some international championships. So when he heard that, and he immediately told me that, let's start, let's first start with something called footwork. I see you don't have such a footwork, but I'll just show that some footwork to me. And that particular day during the tournament, the matches are going on, somewhere he sneaked and he told me how to do an attacking footwork, and how to play an defensive footwork. On this teacher's day, I'll tell you why. He did not charge me for that, but he had that sense to share that knowledge, give that knowledge to me, that something good might happen to that particular student, not that he has to give it back to me. And that was really touching for me. And when I went back to my hometown and I practiced that for the next 6 months, it really helped me to take up the shuttle early, and I got some of the good matches. I could crack some of the good players and beat them, and because my footwork had improved at that time. So this is what I'm trying to tell you. Sometimes teachers give you much more than what you are giving them back, and this is invaluable. I'm telling you, this is immeasurable. So that's why I think we pray teachers, we have this Guru Purnima in our culture, that we really bow down to our teachers and our gurus, that, and we say thank you, that whatever knowledge and whatever teaching they have done, there is no particular measurement for that. There is no thing in this whole universe that you can match that kind of teaching what they have done. So that's the reason I think Guru Purnima and Teachers Day is one of the most celebrated day for the education part. So that's how, I joined PPBA after that. And from nothing I came to state level. I became a state level player. Then from there the journey continued till I became India number one in men's singles, number one or number two in men's singles, then somewhere in world top 200. That was the journey. So so I think that's it from my side today. If you have any questions, you can please go on. Otherwise, we can close this show today. So it is just a very normal show. Uh, and also, I would like you to tell me that who you want to see, young and budding players, who you want to see, and come, on my show, and you want them to interact with and maybe ask questions. Please let me know on that on the comments who you want to see. Maybe preferably young players. I think we can call them here. Okay. Okay, so I think this is it from my side today. We have had a wonderful Teachers' Day, September 5th. Dr. Radhakrishna, Sarvepalli Radhakrishna, because of his birthday, we are celebrating uh, Teachers' Day. Do we have Coaches' Day? I think I'll have to search. If we have Coaches' Day, well and good. If not, today is the Coaches' Day. I think thanks all the coaches in our lives and maybe in your lives too, to providing the coaching and education and teachings that we will always cherish in our lives. And thank you all for attending the show today. Have a wonderful week ahead. Stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you so much. Bye bye.